Hello everyone and welcome back to Conflict of Heroes Awakening the Bear. Today we'll be taking a look at another a live commentary match, and this time we'll be playing one that is armor heavy. So one of the things that I just wanted to show you guys right now is that the game does feature a multiplayer lobby system, so if you're planning to get online and play war games with other people, typically what most games includes a PBEM system or like a direct connect system where you either have to, send emails back and forth, which gets it clutters your inbox after a while, or alternatively you can do direct connect, which sometimes has a few issues with routers. But one of the things that companies can do and game developers can do to kind of alleviate that problem is to put a multiplayer lobby system in, essentially like a master server. So connections can be just go into that and then go to the other person, which makes things a lot easier. So that's rather nice. It's really good that Matrix Games and Slytherin is getting on the ball and really doing those things for its community. But anyways, moving on. Today we're going to be taking a look at the scenario number 4 in the Awakening the Bear section of the firefights. I'm going to look at probably one of the ones from Commanding Heights in a AAR style video as opposed to a live commentary video, and I might actually even check out one of the Frontier firefights. Now these ones are a little bit more advanced. For now, let's just do number 4, the bunker. Alright, so game's already loaded up. Loads up quite fast actually. And this so let's begin. This scenario takes us playing as the Germans across the Bug River on an offensive into the village of Ormenka and into the area of Hill 53. So to just kind of give that into perspective, we will be advancing starting from here and moving up all up here. Now let's go and deploy our troops. I'm going to put the majority of my infantry on this side simply because this wooded little piece of woodland makes a really great place to kind of provide overwatch into the little village here. I'm going to put some trucks behind them because these trucks are fairly vulnerable. I don't want anything to be shooting at them right away, so we're just going to leave them there. I'm going to put our Panzer forces on the main road predominantly. These Panzer IIs are going to stay on the main road because they're a little weak, and we're going to put the heavier Panzer IIIs and Panzer IVs over here. I played a little bit of this scenario. I pretty much just deployed my troops and checked out the initial places, and first thing you might notice is that there is a tank right there. There is a T-26 tank directly opposing our tanks right here. So what are we going to do about this? Well, last time we covered the use of the CAPS system. These points are essentially there to represent leadership and how it affects the battle. So we're actually going to be using our Panzer IIIe here. Put a few CAPS points in it to increase the chance to hit. So we're going to get a +2 to our attack. Put a shot into that tank and hope that it hits. Unfortunately it doesn't. However, it looks like the return fire did manage to nick us. Well, we need to get rid of that tank immediately, so I'm actually going to put a few more points in there, and I'm going to use one of these combat action cards so that our next action doesn't actually take any points. However, we do use those leadership points or CAPS points. Fire again, see if we can do some damage this time. It looks like we did. However, the Russians really want to take us down with this one. It looks like they've unveiled one of their other vehicles. Or other things. It looks like a light vehicle is damaged. Unfortunately, we are just going to have to deal with that. Let's see if we can drive this Panzer IV forward. Let's see what else happens. They're going to try to take us out with some light machine gun fire, but that should be fine. Well, we're going to play that other action command card. Just so that we can see whether or not we can actually successfully eliminate that vehicle. Really want to take out that enemy T-26B, so let's see if another shot just finishes it off. And unfortunately it doesn't. So it looks like we're just going to have to advance our tanks up the road like that. In the meantime, it looks like we've spotted a enemy rifle squad. I'm gonna get our LMG here to put some fire on it. Ooh. What else did they unveil? They unveiled a ATG gun. And it looks like they're starting to try to knock out our vehicles, so that's not very good. See if we can get our light tanks to advance and really press up onto that AT gun. Going to get this thing to drive right up next to the AT gun. Oh, they have two! Ah, but that should be fine. Put some fire onto them, see if I can take that thing out. There we go. That was a little risky doing like a little tank charge, but I felt like it would have paid off in the end, so that was pretty good. In the meantime, let's see if we can smoke these infantry units out. Do some damage to them with our tank. Move up the infantry. I would prefer it if my infantry didn't really get separated from our tanks, but unfortunately it doesn't look like that's going to be the case, and we're just going to take them out like that. Move some of the other infantry squads up, and just really take the fight to the enemy. Now bear in mind that we're supposed to cover all of this ground in only 5 rounds, so we're going to have to move fast into this village. Our tanks have taken a little bit of damage, but for the most part, I think they're still in fighting condition, and we're definitely able to advance. Get our troops inside these houses. Saw another partisan squad over there. For now, I'm just going to leave these trucks here. Turn 2 starts, and what else happened? Ah, that's right, we do have that other ATG gun right there. I'm going to pump this unit full of leadership points just so that it does not miss. There we go, got a nice hit on it. Let's grab the LMG troop, see if we can fire. No, we cannot, unfortunately. Whew. I'm going to use another one of these combat command action cards, which gives us 1 free action. These things are a godsend, really. I actually love these cards. Now let's move up our tanks so that we can successfully engage these 2 things. Can we put a shot in the tank? Yes, we can. Unfortunately, we didn't do a lot of damage to those 2 forces, but we still have a few tanks to use, so everything should be fine. Oh, one of the things I forgot to mention is that armored vehicles, depending on what type of movement, you might have noticed this already, but say if I move one of my, if I move this tank forward, because it has its tread type of vehicle, if I move it forward in favorable terrain, say like roads, I can actually move it multiple hexes during one turn like this, where it gets like the bonus 1 right here, where I can move 2 hexes as opposed to moving just 1 hex. But during that demonstration, it looks like they're moving some troops up here. Let's see if I can get my LMG troop here to eliminate this unit. Oh, come on, 82, we're 83% to hit, and it still doesn't do any damage. There we go, that's what I'm talking about.
Panzer bereit! Jawohl!
Still have a few of these caps points, so I'm gonna use them on destroying these units right here. I'm gonna put 2 of those caps points into this LMG squad again, so that we can hopefully mow down all of their infantry inside this village. And well, no, it's not time to bring up the trucks. Not yet. And that'll be the end of the second round. Let's see if we can really do some damage to this tank. Point blank shot with the what is this thing? It's one of the German light tanks. I forgot what their name was. But no matter, it did its job. Now that the resistance inside the village should be cleared, I'm gonna start moving the tanks forward along this road. Let's get the MGs to actually set up inside the village here. Oh, they're starting to fire on our trucks. Yeah, those trucks are fairly vulnerable. I don't want them taking any hits, but I'm going to take care of them later on because right now they're not of great importance. Move our tank up, see if it can hit. That was really unlucky of us, but that's all right. Going to get these tanks to move forward. We've got to blitz that bunker after all in only a few turns, so we've got to move fast. So let's get these tanks to go all the way around this little hilly area, all the way around and into the rear of the enemy. Take that victory point location as well. So in the meantime, as we do that, I'm gonna get the infantry to come in here and take those two victory locations. So let's get this squad to move forward and take that location. At the same time, let's get these trucks moving. These trucks are really good for mobilizing infantry because they do get this really nice bonus. You'll see there in the 3 tiles in 1 turn, making it quite invaluable in doing large-scale movements of infantry. We can use this card to kind of gamble away some of our caps points in order to gain 1 to 6 action points. If I can get this tank to 3 action points, I believe. Yeah, 3 action points. We should be able to fire on some of these Russian infantry's units right here. So I'm actually going to try that. Use this card. How many did that give us? Oh, perfect. That actually did give us 3. See if they can fire off a shot. Unfortunately, it did not blow up that squad, but it did do some damage and it did pin them down, which is all good. Now, because this truck is a wheeled vehicle, it gets a movement bonus on roads. However, it doesn't give it a bonus on any other terrain. So that means that I'm going to have to, just, pray to God that there's no AT guns on this road over here. I just kind of want to capture this location, the road behind Hill 53, with some infantry because those forests do make a nice tank trap. Next turn comes up, game save is successful because it saves for us automatically. There we go, that pesky rifle squad is now finally destroyed. Move our tanks up. What was the card that we got today? Dual attack. Okay, well now it's just a simple matter of moving up our tanks and going over there. These tanks are absolutely great for mobility with their treads. You see that, like, even though the game presents itself inside a very limited amount of time, like it's only 5 rounds, right? But even though it is only 5 rounds, this game plays very fast and it's quite easy to play, which is really nice. Actually, I didn't really play much of this until the last video where I did the partisan scenario. I only actually played like the first tutorial and the first and second tutorial, which was it's really simple to learn. It's very simple to grasp, even though it definitely has a lot of depth here with all the different types of different vehicles and different types of things. It's a really gradual learning process, which is rather nice. Okay, so last turn or last round. Let's try to get our tanks just kind of move behind the hill here, and just kind of rush that bunker. I have a feeling that one tank's just gonna be enough for that bunker. Because after all, it looks like there's only infantry inside there, so what I'm just going to do is grab this tank. It needs 2 fire to 2 APs to shoot. Just gonna put 1 shot into there first and foremost. Doesn't look like that did the trick. Put another shot in there. And then just drive through it. And I think that's pretty much it for this scenario. Yep, another Axis victory for us. Our point total was 17 and the Soviet total was 10. And I believe the point here is calculated by the amount of kills each faction gets and how long they hold the victory locations. So if you held multiple victory locations for like 10 turns, you would get quite a little bit. So that was nice. We covered two of the introductory scenarios. They weren't that difficult. Next time we'll move on to a little more of a difficult scenario. I'm thinking of either doing Collective Farm or the first Inside the Commanding Heights series, but I'm not sure about that for now. We'll check those two out later on. Those two are, I believe, some of like the larger scale scenarios. Until then, bye bye.